everyone, welcome back to Hope for Survival YouTube. It's good to have you back, and thanks for tuning in and for your consideration to follow our channel. Welcome to the new subscribers as well. I hope you're all doing well and staying healthy, and your preparation for Christmas is coming along. Can't say so much from my end. I'm playing catch up, but all is well, and it's good to be back here with you. And I apologize for the what seems to be a foggy or grainy view, and I'm not sure why. I've adjusted lighting and so forth. So anyway, we'll proceed on. I want to talk to you about one of the hottest topics in the news the past month, and that's drones or not. It seems to be the going craze from our populace and the media and even government officials as to what is the mysterious flying objects that are now in multiple states, and as recent as I think this morning, there were some spotted flying over Ramstein Air Base in Germany as well. So it's spreading, and what could it be, and who could it be? Is it a threat or not? Seems to be the million-dollar question. We've advanced from hot air balloons flying over the U.S. to now we have these mysterious drones. Could it possibly be the rolling out the red carpet for the revealing of aliens? There has been some chatter on some channels as to soon the world will know aliens exist. So let us start by asking a simple question. Who or what has the most to gain in the United States over the next 90 days? Keep that question in mind. But first we need to understand some things before we develop our theory. Stay with me. So I have a bit of background in the early development of drones, working for a former defense contractor employer out in Washington, D.C. This was roughly a little less than 20 years ago, right around 20 years maybe. The company I worked for, we developed one of the first man-launched drones to be sent to the Middle East to aid U.S. troops in conducting aerial reconnaissance to aid troop movements. And I went along with a team out to California in the desert, actually in Nevada in the desert. We went to California first to test a couple features on the drone that we would be testing in Nevada. And these were two-man launched drones and one-man launched drones. It was basically like a large slingshot. And we would put the drone in it, and we would launch it from like a catapult type device. And the drone would take off on its own power once we launched it. So since that time, drones are vastly improved with higher technology and capabilities. Drones can be purchased as a private, commercial, or government military grade system. Roughly 20 years ago, the U.S. launched unmanned drones from the middle of the United States, direct flight without stop, to bomb Iraq and Afghanistan, and then returned to the United Kingdom, while the pilots remained on the ground at an Air Force base in Missouri the entire time. Today, drones are used by insurance companies, real estate agents, commercial developers, private citizens, photographers, filming weddings and other events, and governments using the drones to bomb targets, conduct surveillance, and track weather events, and more. Drones are a great resource when used accordingly and not against the people. A lot of people believe that drones can simply be taken out of the box and launched in the air. It takes a little bit more understanding on how to operate the drone. There's some requirements depending on the type drone you have, and they aren't cheap. So, regarding the issue of the drones that are in the news, I think we first need to define two important facts. What's the difference between a fixed wing and a rotary object? This is important to understand based on what is being reported and known capabilities of the newsworthy drones. A fixed wing design is like an airplane with wings, and a rotary design is like a helicopter. Something else that we need to keep in mind and understand and apply to the storylines we're hearing, watching, and reading. What is overt and what is covert? Overt is done or shown openly, plainly, or readily apparent. It's not secret or hidden. Covert is not openly acknowledged or displayed. And everything I understand about the existing drone phenomena is they are flying covertly because they are not known. They're flying openly, acknowledged, and appear to have no identified markings. Okay, let's stop for a minute and set a baseline for understanding things taking place. Don't be like the media and most other people we hear or read sharing their opinions or thoughts on this topic. We must stop and remember our own mindset and how we see things. Not everything is a conspiracy, but some simple facts and truths setting up the mindset in the world we live today should help. Hope for Survival members should be informed on this topic because I have spoken on it for 5 years. It is critical to have developed the proper mindset. Okay? It will give you a much better understanding and allow you to see things that most won't see. That being, approach each day thinking outside the box. What do we see out of the norm that doesn't make sense? We balance realities, facts, and truths to figure out the objective. What makes sense, not what we are being told. Take the points being made and do our own research on the topic. Don't believe everything we're being told. Why not? It's the government and we should trust and believe what we're being told, right? There is no crime in knowing the truth unless the culprit doesn't want us to know what is going on for a reason, which in a couple of cases is okay. I have often shared that there is a world around us that most don't see or recognize when it's in their face staring at them. There are things surrounding us that are not intended to be seen, but are a part of our everyday world and way of life. Until you step outside the box, you will never understand what I'm saying. This is what I wrote about in my second book, The Mindset. I get it. I was part of this world in my past life. A magician plays tricks on your eyes versus your mind. What you believe is often determined by what you think you see. Back in the 1920s, Edward Bernays said that propaganda is a powerful tool to manipulate public opinion by understanding the group mind, allowing individuals to be influenced without realizing it, essentially shaping their thoughts and behaviors through carefully crafted messages and controlled information dissemination. He uses this concept to explain how an elite group can control the masses through public relations techniques, often utilizing psychology to achieve desired outcomes. note an elite group. Key points about Bernays' propaganda. Definition of propaganda is consistent, enduring effort to create or shape events to influence the relations of the public to an enterprise, idea, or group. Psychological manipulation. He draws heavily from his uncle Sigmund Freud's theories of psychoanalysis, suggesting that people's unconscious desires and motivations can be leveraged to influence their decisions. Invisible power structure. Bernays argues that a small group of individuals with access to information and communication channels can effectively control public opinion, often without the public realizing it. This helps that small elite group achieve desired objectives and desired goals. Years later, former CIA Director Casey, who served in the director capacity from 1981 to 1987, this would have been during President Reagan's administration, he once said, "We'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false." In a nutshell, you are lied to daily, and if you don't know facts or how to do your own research, you will drink the Kool-Aid and like it. So let's narrow it down. The responsibility of the President of the United States is representing our nation in talks with foreign countries, enforcing laws that Congress passes, act as Commander-in-Chief during a war, and call out troops to protect our nation against an attack. Again, to call out troops to protect our nation against an attack. We're told there's unknown vessels that are flying in the hundreds in multiple states, and we're being told they don't know what they are. Think about it. I don't believe the word attack in today's world with the advancement of threatening technology would be something as simple as a threat firing on U.S. soil against our people or resources. It could be an attack against our critical infrastructure, cyber, EMP, or CBRNE. It's chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, or explosive. Our wait-and-see attitude is telling. If by chance this is a known or unknown foreign entity previously identified by our federal intelligence agencies as a threat to our national security, and they are operating in our space and over military installations without federal response, then wouldn't this be considered treason at the highest level? Remember, one of the sole responsibilities as the President of the United States is to call out our troops to protect our nation against an attack. Let's consider some important factors in what is reality versus propaganda and information being put out. We are hearing about the drones being spotted as being like airplanes hanging stationary. Unless the drone is advanced in technology today, we would be talking about a drone with Harrier or Osprey type capabilities. That being, they can launch and remain stationary in a fixed position. Most drones are the rotary type design and can do this, but they are not shaped like airplanes with fixed wings. This would not just mean advanced capabilities, it would also mean an extremely high cost value in the millions. Most private citizens and commercial firms cannot afford this type of resource. Furthermore, what is powering these drones? The typical charged battery package would be too heavy and have minimal flight time capabilities. These large drones must have some form of an advanced power or fuel system to give it prolonged flight time and the ability to carry the estimated weight based on the size. Additionally, Any drone of the size reported must register the drone through the FAA. Anytime a registered drone takes off or is in flight, the FAA towers will automatically register it in flight unless it's an authorized vessel or classified government resource conducting business on behalf of the government. An overt flying drone would fly with strobes and blinking lights to identify it in flight. A covert drone would not. This would be a foreign threat, the U.S. government conducting a classified mission, or a rich private drone owner being very stupid. Ask yourself, why would a drone fly with its lights on, then turn them off when another drone or aircraft approaches? If it was covert, they would not have them on at any time. So either the government knows what is happening and will not talk about it because it's classified and some things the public shouldn't know. However, when the public doesn't trust their government, it creates a problem resulting in anger and advanced conspiracy theories. It could be our government using government resources to search for an objective that poses a realistic threat against our nation and its people. Think along the lines of a dog and one of its greatest sensing abilities, that being sniffing. What could the government be sniffing for that is a threat? There's been a lot of chatter ongoing about an Al-Qaeda attack along the lines of October 7th, 2023 against Israel. Remember, we have a big event taking place January 20th, 2025, and lots of power brokers would prefer this event not occur. This is very possibly above government level. Think Agenda 2030, one world government, one world currency. They showed during his first tenure as head of the nation they would go to about any extreme to stop him. They have made attempts on his life in this second effort, and I don't think they are finished. Or we are being set up and the Big G is allowing it to happen, or elements from within the Big G are part of it. If these drones are possibly weaponized, what enemies of our nation would possess the capabilities demonstrated so far? Iran, North Korea, Russia, and China. Or if the drones are flying with lights and turn them off when another aircraft approaches and it can no longer be seen, is it possibly a 3D mirage being portrayed in the sky? The technology exists, and remember, what we see and think we see versus reality. Some things that I would also consider in my resolving my own theory. Remember, it was in August of 2010 that Iran unveiled the newly built drone bomber with a 650-mile range and capability to carry two 250-pound bombs or one 500-pound bomb. In 2011, Iran hacked and captured the U.S. Department of Defense drone, allowing it to fly the drone back to Iran and dissect its capabilities, and most likely reproduce them. In 2014, Russia buzzed one of the most advanced U.S. naval ships, the USS Donald Cook, that carried 56 Tomahawk missiles in standard mode and 96 in attack mode. Russia's advanced technology fried the electronics of the ship, rendering it helpless in the Black Sea. Again, ask yourself, who or what has the most to gain in the United States over the next 90 days, and most likely in the next 30 days or less? I think if you go through that process from the outside looking in, I think you will probably come to a fairly sound conclusion. So I would say to you, it's something to monitor and to ask yourself, what are the capabilities and outcomes of whatever theory you come up with. If you have a theory, feel free to note it in the comments section. I would be looking forward to hearing them. And any thoughts that you may have on it, I would like to hear them as well. Just keep your feet on the ground and think logical. Think outside the box, but be logical. I've heard so many different stories of what people think that this could be, and sometimes it's a little bit outside and beyond even the advanced engineering capabilities of what is known. I should add what is known, because there's many things in this field that we aren't going to know because it's all highly classified. So if you like this video, please hit like. If you have any comments, again, list them down below. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please consider doing so. We'd be happy to have you on this journey with us. Keep on preparing. We're going into the holiday season, Christmas, New Year's, mass gatherings of people in churches, malls, New Year's festivities. Keep yourself safe out there. Everywhere you go, make sure you're visually eyeing escape routes and ways to get out of the situation. Don't forget where your car is parked, and don't box yourself in. Give yourself a way out. Just don't be in panic and don't live in fear. So until next time, take care, keep your head on a swivel, and be blessed. And don't forget to give thanks. Bravo Echo out. Thank you for checking out the Hope for Survival YouTube channel. If you are new to Hope for Survival, you can check out our books at our webpage. Book 1, which is Hope for Survival, Getting You Prepared for Disasters, and Book 2, Hope for Survival, The Mindset, are both available for order on the website. We also offer the Hope for Survival football stick, which is a memory stick set up as a digital filing cabinet with files already loaded on there for you to digitally copy items such as deeds, auto transcript for ownership, wills, living wills, loans, banking information, items that if your home burned down or you had some form of a disaster, you could have all your important papers already digitally filed on this stick. All you do is simply drag the digital file into the appropriate preset folder so that you'll have it in the event of a disaster. You have to flee your home in a hurry, or also if you're away from home and you need critical information that's personal. If you have your memory stick with you, you can put it in your computer and pull that information up wherever you may be. Again, you can find these items to order at our website, https www.hopeforsurvival.com, or you can email me at preparedness101@protonmail.com, and I will try to help you out. Again, thanks for checking out the Hope for Survival YouTube channel. Hope to see you again.